Like you were saying earlier about Tupac and Biggie, I mean, you see the Tupac trial still going on right now, but Keefe D.
Yeah, it
Suge
starts
has
in
had a few
February.
things. So how do you feel about this, man? I mean, Keefe D is going on trial. It's looking like, is Diddy going to go be involved in this? What is Suge saying about everything right now? I mean, how do you feel about all of this?
I feel like Keefe D is a Patsy. I don't think that he was in the car.
What?
No. I feel like that when you go and you look at the first police report, they really saying it was 2 people in the car, not 4. When you look at Gaddafi's statement, who was the eyewitness, the only eyewitness, right, outside of Suge
Yeah.
living, he said the driver was light-skinned, with a mustache and a bald head and looked like a bitch in the face. Nobody in that car is light-skinned. They all as dark as me and you and darker, right? So with that being said, Suge knows who was in that car. And he said Orlando wasn't the shooter. So I don't know why people want to keep going with this narrative that Orlando was the shooter, because even after they took him out of the MGM Grand, he was detained and went to the hospital because his shoulder got kicked out. So he couldn't have been at the scene of the crime.
Damn.
Right? And according to Corey Edwards, the eye in the sky don't lie, meaning they had Orlando on camera at the time of the shooting, right? But, you got these dirty rat, Reggie Wrong Jr., right? That's keep putting this narrative out there that it was Orlando and Keefe D in them, right? Let me explain something to you that makes no sense in the world, right? If it was Orlando, right? Why would Reggie, Sergeant Reynolds, Keefe D, and Orlando all go up there and have a meeting and get us dude $60,000 allegedly to go and testify on Suge's behalf in his parole hearing?
Crazy.
You sitting in a room with the nigga that's allegedly, Suge didn't get shot in the head, then he got hit with scrap metal, right? And Reggie Wright just told that Reggie Wright Jr. just told the truth about that recently in an interview that he did with Whack 100, that Suge don't got a bullet in his head. He got hit with a piece of scrap metal, right? But just for the sake of the history, right? Even Suge was saying for the last 30 years, he got a 45 bullet etched in his skull. This year, Reggie says, oh, nigga, you ain't got no 45 bullet, you got a 40, right? Reason he changing that up, because now it's going to trial, he's saying it's a 40 because Pac got hit with a 40 caliber, right? So, man, you can't be saying you got a 45 in your head, man. This thing got hit with a 40, right?
Yeah.
Shit don't add up.
Yeah.
Right? So, and now Reggie's saying that Suge ain't get shot in the head with a bullet at all. It's scrap metal. So they went from the 45 bullet to a 40 bullet. And then Suge, who don't mess with Reggie, at the time that he's saying this, Suge said, oh man, I went back and looked at my records. I got to give Reggie his cigar. He was right. Oh, I got a 40 in my head. Nigga, for 30 years, you've been saying, even up to earlier this year, you've been having a 45 etched to your skull. Now you got a 40? Because Reggie said you got a 40? But now Reggie said you ain't even got no bullet in your head, nigga. You got hit with a piece of scrap metal. Now, Gobi, who worked for Pac's production company, was standing right there next to Suge's mother when the day it happened.
Yeah.
And the surgeon came out and said, ma'am, your son's gonna be fine. He got hit with a piece of scrap metal. Right?
Yeah.
Gobi always told that story. That the doctor said Suge got hit with a scrap metal and he gonna be stitched up. Suge was out of the hospital in 2-3 hours. You think if he had a bullet in his head, he would have got out that fast? right?
Yeah.
Getting back to Keefe D in Orlando, right?
Mm-hmm.
You telling me did Orlando and Keefe D, for the sake of just saying the myth that they were in the car, right?
Yeah.
Neither one of them is bald-headed, light-skinned with a mustache, right? That's for one. Second of all, these niggas was running around Compton for how long? Keefe D is still alive, right?
Yeah.
Nobody from Death Row killed Orlando.
Yeah.
Right? So you telling me this is the nigga that shot and killed Tupac and shot you in the head, right? But y'all having a meeting with this nigga to give him money to go testify for Suge? That
Right.
makes sense to anybody?
At all.
And then outside of that, this nigga goes to court for Suge and testifies on Suge and his behalf. And you tell me Suge is sitting there watching the nigga, right? On the stand. He testified for Suge. Yo, man, Suge tried to help me, man, when them niggas was jumping me this time. But he killed Tupac. And y'all paid this nigga to go up there and testify for Suge. He goes and testifies for Suge. But he killed Tupac. Right? Do that make sense, bro?
It's not making a lot of sense right now.
Okay, and then Suge says what? Orlando wasn't the shooter, right? So why is everybody still running with that? What did Orlando say when he was alive?
He said he didn't do it.
And he felt like he's being a scapegoat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right? And if he did it, don't you think he would have been locked up? If you think if he didn't have an alibi on where his whereabouts was, that he would have got locked up?
Yeah.
Dumb niggas, to me, Death Row killed Tupac. Right? Now, more recently, Suge does an interview on the Art of Dialogue, right? Shout out to Art of Dialogue, right? That he was at a Laker game when he came home in 2001.
Yeah.
He ran into Keefe D. He see Keefe D, right? Now remember, he was in jail from 96, 97 to all the way to 2001.
Yeah.
The rumor's always been that it was Southside that killed Tupac, right? Except for those who know, right? Because remember, Reggie Wright Jr. called his father within an hour of the shooting and told his father Orlando did it. No, he wasn't there to fight. He wasn't there at the shooting.
Yeah.
But he knows Orlando did it, right?
Yeah.
How? Right? Because that is the alibi for who really did it, right? This is why I believe they killed Tupac, allegedly, right? So Suge comes out at the LA game. He say he going to the bathroom. He runs into Keefe D. Right? Now this is supposed to be the nigga that shot you in the head, right?
Yeah.
Right? He sees him and Keefe D goes, oh man, we ain't had nothing to do with Buntry, man. You know, right? I don't know why Keefe D said that, right? And then he goes on to tell him, yo man, this is the story Suge telling now. Oh man, you know, man, we did that. We the one that killed Tupac and shot you, man, because Diddy offered us some money, man. I needed the money. Bro. So when he says he see him, he say, oh man, we had nothing to do with Buntry, man. This and no. Suge said, he said, so, oh nigga, if I thought that, nigga, I would have been on your ass already, right?
Crazy.
And then in that same conversation, later in the conversation, he tells him, yo, we the ones that killed Tupac. We did that, right?
Yeah.
So you ain't on his ass for that? You was there. You supposed to got shot in the head, right? So he could tell you that he killed Tupac, and now you don't want to fuck him up, but you was ready to when if he would have told you they did something to Buntry, you telling him, yo, if I thought that, I'd be on your ass right now. But he said he turned around that same conversation and tell you, oh man, yeah, Diddy paid us to to kill y'all, and you know we did it, man. I just needed the money, man. I'm sorry, man. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, B.I.
Crazy.
Right? Come
Crazy.
on, bro. So now I don't believe none of that, right? And I've been talking to this dude Suge for 2 years straight, right? And I kept it quiet. I wasn't telling nobody I was talking to him or whatever until more recently, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing him coming up with these crazy ass stories and stuff, like just making up shit. So now I feel like they covering up something. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, the driver was light-skinned. According to Gaddafi, light-skinned, bald head with a mustache and looked like a bitch in the face, right? Then they said it was, in the initial statements, it was 2 people in the car, not 4. Reggie Wright Jr. allegedly came up with this story that he told the Greg Caden, who is LAPD. He didn't even work in Vegas, right? He comes up with this whole story or whatever, and I believe personally that being that Pac was leaving or trying to leave, if you listen to Wendy Day tell her story, she say that she felt guilty, like she got Pac killed because she felt like they found out that she was out there shopping the deal for Pac. Right? So, and then more recently, I just, the former mayor of Compton, Omar Bradley, he sent me a kite and I played it on my channel more recently.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, tell these people the truth about what happened to Tupac. And now, the corrupt cops, right, from the Rampart scandal, who was working for Death Row, right? The Rafael Perez, the David Max, the Kevin Gaines, who passed away, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Gaines was going with Sharita Knight, Suge's ex-wife.
Yeah.
Mac and Perez, they allege, was involved in Biggie's murder.
Yeah.
Mac and Perez both are light-skinned, bald head with a mustache, right? Suge said that they was trying to kill him at one point, right? And he says Perez and Reggie were good friends. Perez, Reggie, and Sharita were great friends, and they was plotting. Right? Now, Reggie says, I don't know Rafael Perez, right? He never worked at Death Row, right? But you got Big C Style, who say Rafael Perez was up at Death Row. You got Joe Cool, rest in peace. Snoop cousin that did the artwork for Doggy Style.
Yeah.
And Dad's cousin. He said he saw Rafael Perez and Mac and them working at Death Row. Layla, who was Tupac's friend, who introduced Mac to the industry, brought him around to do security, whatever. She said they was at Death Row. Chief Bernard Parks, the chief of the LAPD, said Perez and Mac was working at Death Row. Jimmy Iovine said they was working at Death Row, right? But Reggie Wright Jr. says he don't know them, but he was the one that hired all the off-duty cops. Now Omar Bradley just came on and sent me a kite, and like I said, it's on my channel. You can go see it. He said Suge gave him $50,000, 45 for the school to get the kids new equipment, this, that, and the third, and 5,000 for meals, right? When he went to go meet Suge to get the money, to get the check for the school and everything, who was up there waiting?
Who?
Rafael Perez. He sat down and played chess with him. 3 games. Perez beat him 2 out of the 3. Right? Reggie Wright Jr. standing right there.
Damn.
Then Reggie talking about he don't know him. Nigga. And then Suge and Omar Bradley had a fight. Reggie was right there. Rafael Perez was right there.
Mm-hmm.
This is the mayor of Compton, 3-time elected official.
Yeah.
Bro, come on, man.
See that?
Come on, bro. So, I'm not saying that he was the driver,
Yeah.
but allegedly he fits the description,
Okay.
right? And who could fucking move around Vegas like that and do a shoot and get away? Not no street niggas, not no gangbangers, right? And get at it. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And then Reggie, who was Suge's security, is nowhere around. But he's always shadowing Suge. And that day, he's not around. He can't be found. He not at the MGM when the fight happened. Even after the fight happened, he's the head of security. After that fight happened, security should have been heightened. You know what I'm saying? He over at the club. But he's the one that made sure none of the security had their guns. And he testified against that to that in the grand jury.
See that?
Right? So I don't believe this whole bullshit ass story about Pac jumped on a gang member and that's why he got killed.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense. And the fact that Pac wasn't even wearing his death row chain no more should tell you a lot. The fact that everybody that was around Pac, from this Virginia Slim chick to the girl Tracy to Gobi to Tupac's aunt to Michael Moore, Frank Alexander, everybody knew that Pac was done with death row. But these niggas keep trying to play it like, oh nah, Pac wasn't going nowhere, this, that, and the third. But even Wendy Day, right? They all know that he was leaving. Now, I'll end this on this note. We seen what happened to Dr. Dre when he left Death Row. That nigga had to leave with nothing. Not even his fucking sounds. This nigga Suge took the nigga's sounds. Oh, nah, nigga, you created that shit when you was at Death Row. Them sounds come in, them kicks, them snares, everything stay, even all those masters. Nigga, you wanna leave? Leave with nothing. We seen what happened to Snoop when he left Death Row. Niggas is beating, trying to beat his ass, you know what I'm saying? He had to go to No Limit and go to New Orleans, get the fuck out of LA, right? Imagine niggas bailed you out of jail and you Tupac. Niggas got you out of jail. And then you tell niggas you ain't fucking with them no more. These niggas.
Crazy.